Evening guys, and welcome to another stream. Tonight we're starting season 9 of ISRL Gr4. Evening Mash, evening Petri. Apologies for the delay there, I was just doing a few little things. I think we're just waiting for one race to turn up. Hippie's just running a bit late. Changes for this season. The groups with tyres has been scrapped. The only reason we have groups now is for qualifying, which we're using the hot lap system. Rules are tyres vary per round with various starting fuel and tyre wear and fuel use. Tonight's round we are, where's my list? In American cars, 14 laps, tyres are racing medium, racing hard, tyre wear's times 6, fuel's times 4, and it's 60% starting fuel. That's the only big difference for this season, Vit. Nothing major. And I'll just inform him, just changing over to stock check. In 20 seconds. Oh yeah, hippie. Marmite is, it might not be classed spicy to be honest. McLaren 650S. Could be interesting. Could be quite mundane. We'll find out. I thought I'd start off easy. There you go, you get to see it from a different point of view. So we're one race and missing. Always the way, hippie. Sorry, our new racer's got his time zones a bit mixed up. So once everyone enters, we'll get this. Just waiting to hear what's happening with Gr4 before I get the stock check started. Stock check, no change, just racing softs. And then we'll get going. But yeah, we got some buttes lined up for this season, the Marmite. Stratus at Bathurst, I think will be quite interesting. So get it ready up. If you don't already know what the stock check is, where have you been hiding? One lap, no holes barred, free for up. Let's get it on. I was lucky I had a panic then. And if someone can get TNT now, there's no minimum laps on either tyres. I've got my feet up, but no cuppa for me. Timmy! So, let it begin indeed. Oh, bit of inter-team punting there between the pro team. M3 guys snuck out in front, but Gad coming flying past him up to Remus, because they're all lining up each other, and M3 guy gets taken out of treat. Mash out in the lead. V Racing taking out everyone, trying to protect his teammate. TNT, as we saw last season before he left, was quite good at this race. Oh, Timmy got punted, good style then. So Mash clearly out in the lead, evening budge. No, Group 1, it's just qualifying. You can use both tyres, hippie. I see there's been a bit of confusion there. No tyre stipulations on either group. Purely just to split up for qualifying only. So Mash strongly in first place, Hansa in second. Foxy looking to line up Hansa. Not actually close enough. PB taking the wide line. Hansa swerves over the line. But Crater's not commentating, Budge. And there we go. First stock check of the season. Hatmouse and Timmy coming over the line in reverse. And he looks like M3 guy got absolutely destroyed there. Let's just ride TNT. In fact, evening Nick, have a good race. So a quick look at the result. So Mash takes the first win, Hansa in second, Foxy in third, PB in fourth, Gad in fifth, B Racing in sixth, Screechy in seventh, Wrighton in eighth, TNT in ninth, Hat in 10th, Timmy in 11th, and M3 guy in third in 12th. We just change over to, no, not that one, that's the one. Onto the main race settings. No, I can't. Cheeky bugger. Why don't you just turn the volume down a bit? Let's have a look. How about that, Budge? That better? You just don't want to hear my voice, you just want to watch the racing, don't you? So as I say, it's 14 laps. Race time 16:15. Tyre wear time 6. Fuel times 4. Starting fuel is at 60%, and it's racing mediums and racing hards for the race tonight. At the moment, just waiting on Grizzle. Waiting to see what he's going to say. With our shortened, so as I was saying, qualifying still split into 2 groups. First group to go out will be PB, Righton, Timmy, TNT, Hippie, Mash and Hansa do an outlap, and as they start their qualifying lap, the group 2 cars will go out, which will be Hat, Foxy, Gad, M3 Guy, Grizzle Nator if he turns up, B Racing and Screechy. Timmy! You're welcome, Budge. I'm sure you're just trying to get the volume down low enough that you can't hear me. Give him 3 more minutes, then qualifying starting. Sorry about the delay, guys. Wouldn't be Gr4 if there wasn't some sort of delay. Let's have a look at some of the lap times. So Hansa, well, hey, and he's made it. Perfect timing. So our teams for this season are, we have Hippie and Grizzlenator in Team Jack Daniels Racing. We have Timmy and Gad in Wet Dream Team. We have Foxy and Wrighton in We Are Pros. Don't listen to what they say. Their team name is We Are Pros. You have Hat Maris and PB in Classified. Mashed Potato and B Racing in Team Mashing. TNT and Nick in Team Shakes a Lot. And we have Screechy with Hansa subbing in as his part-time teammate in Team So Lonely. Oh, so lonely. Yeah, Team Wet Dream. And did I just see someone come? Yep. I'm sure I saw someone going the reverse way around the grid. So here we go, qualifying. For qualifying. And here we go. Season 9, round 1. Qualifying. I do like my boots. You know me, Budge. Very bossy. Four. Hansa, PB, MASH, TNT, Timmy, Righton, and Hippie. This worked out well. So we got Hansa leading them out as we come down towards through Worth, heading down towards Rint. Then on to Red Bull Mobile and onto the start straight, or start finish straight. Hippie a long way back. Wait for him to go around Red Bull Mobile and onto the straight. And now Group 2's come out. So we got Hansa here on his flying lap. Just got past through Schloss-and-Gold. And launching through Worth. Heading down to Rint. Onto Red Bull Mobile and onto the finish straight with a time of 1:36. PB there with 1:38. MASH coming up to the line. So 1:36. So at the moment we have Hansa on pole, TNT with a 1:38, Hippie now coming up to the line. Did you think you had more than one lap, Timmy? Is that what you're telling us? So now every time that just right, because here comes Hap to start his flying lap. Up to Castrol Edge. Just for the information, Hat has finally made use of that footrest of a steering wheel. So it'd be interesting to see how he does. You got B Racing, one of our new racers for the season. And then we have our resident pro in Foxy. Then we have Gad, another new racer for this season, Grizzlenator. Then we have Nick and good old Screechy. So has the gun just gone through Schloss-and-Gold? Just coming up to the second there. Through Worth and now heading down towards Rint. Nicely through there, Hat. To Red Bull Mobile and onto the start finish straight for a time of 1:37. B Racing 1:36.9. Foxy 1:37.43. Gad with 1:37.2. And then we've got a whole gaggle coming together here. Screech with some experience points. Grizzle with a 1:42. M3 Guy with a 1:40. Screech with a 1:38. So that concludes our qualifying. So we have Hansa on pole, Mash in second, B Racing in third, Gad in fourth, Timmy in fifth, Foxy in sixth, Hat in seventh, Wrighton in eighth, TNT in ninth, Hippie in 10th, PB in 11th, Screechy in 12th, M3 Guy in 13th, Grizzlenator in 14th. So Hansa and Mash maybe a bit of... oh, Hansa going full on. I wouldn't even say it was patented braking technique, it's just pure ramming. There's a proper coming together there between Timmy and Mash with that Hat. Built a nice sandcastle. Good lad. Can't go wrong with a sandcastle. TNT. Hippie in the pits. PB. Screechy. M3 Guy and Grizzlenator. Just wait for the timer to run down. And I think it's because it's waiting for Nick and Grizzle. So everyone's having a little fun and games on the track. Sneaking off to the toilet if they can. Hansa's... that didn't look pretty. So now everyone can race to their heart's content. TNT's putting a Herbie lap in there of 5 minutes 30. I'll be struggled to match that. PB, Screechy, M3 Guy, Grizzle, and there we go. So thankfully I've set the time long enough for everyone to change the tyres. As I say, there's no tyre stick restrictions except that you just have to use both types, racing mediums or racing hards. Unless you go for a no-stop strategy, then you stick with the set that you're on. Hiya Gad, have a good race. Good luck to everybody, have a good race. I'm gonna have a quick drink. And as the timer runs down, qualifying is over. The hands are on pole. Well done, Hansa. Although it is his home track in some respects. So here's our grid. Quite a mix of cars as well, so not all in one makes. Which is a good start for the season. We wait for the lights. And we are a go. You can't make every week, so Mash and B Racing have had the jump on Hansa in the Viper. So we have B in first place, Mash in second, Gad in third, Timmy's jumped up one space up into fourth, Hansa's unfortunately dropped down into fifth, right in there in sixth, Hat in seventh, Foxy in eighth, TNT in ninth, PB in 10th, some contact going through the Hippie in 11th, M3 guy in 12th, Screech in 13th, Grizzle in 14th. So Team Mashing at the moment are running away with it. Oh, some serious contact going on back there. Can we see what happened? Got Hansa in fourth, Timmy right behind him, riding on the inside. Oh, proper coming together of cars there. So if we look at this, we have Wrighton who's dropped to the back, Grizzle in 13th, Hippie in 12th, Hansa in 11th, Hat Maris get rid of those hard tyres straight away. So Mash and B still flying away. I think Gad in third place, PB in fourth, picked up a penalty on the first corner. M3 guy in fifth, Timmy in sixth, Screechy up into seventh, TNT in eighth, Hansa in ninth, Hippie in 10th, Wright in 11th, Grizzle in 12th, Foxy in 13th, and Hatton coming out of the pits in 14th. So Mash now starting to put up a gap away from B and Gad, now with a 3-second lead over M3 guy, who's got his hands full with Timmy right behind him and PB closing in and Screech. Timmy goes for the inside as they head down to Worth. And it looks like Timmy's got through nice and cleanly. So Timmy now up into fourth. PB tries to get through on M3 guy. A little bit of contact by the look of it, but M3 guy's held it, but Screech is closing right behind these as well. M3 guys, and Screech has made his move past PB up into sixth, but PB's got the inside line for Red Bull Mobile, and PB's held it. Now Hansa is closing up on Screechy and PB. Screechy fully in that slipstream, and Hansa too, as they come up to Castral Edge. To Screechy and Hansa, I have allowed them to have different liveries because it was last minute drop in by Hansa there. So you know, 6, 7 and 8th here. Oh, Screechy, much better line on PB there. Still a bit of contact, but not trying to get past him. And Hansa's made the most of it. So Hansa's making the move as we head down to Slush and Gold. Hansa's made that move on PB. I think he's made it sticky, and he has. We've got TNT in 9th behind Screechy. Wrighton in 11th. Grizzle in 12th, Foxy in 13th, and Hat Maris in 14th. And out front we have Mash with B right behind him still, fully in team formation. Gad 3 seconds down, and Gad with 2.8 seconds on Timmy, his teammate. Good old Timmy! We have M3 guy still there holding on to 5th place, but now as hands are closing in on him, with PB not far behind him, and Screech with TNT a good way behind. Well, here we go. So 5th to 8th are not separated by a great deal, and Hansa has now closed up on M3 guy. With PB in that Corvette behind him as well. Keep a close eye as we come up to Remus. Hansa has a look. PB's trying to go around the outside, not being able to do it there. Screech dropped back a bit. PB's right on the back of Hansa. Had to look to see if he could go on the inside, but he couldn't. Hansa much tighter line, which allows him to get a bit of a run onto M3 guy. But we know how good Nick is at his defending. It's not going to be an easy pass for Hansa. But he's managed it, he's there. And side by side as they go through Worth. But Hansa has the run. And Hansa's through, so Hansa's up into 5th. Nick's dropped down into 6th, and PB in 7th. Screechy's in 8th, and PB has a look on the inside of M3 guy. And M3 guy is just... So Timmy's into the pits. And I think M3 guy is as well. If we just have a look at our front guys, we have Mash and B Racing. Clearly in the air, was a nice move by Hansa. We have Gad in the middle of nowhere on his own, getting rid of that penalty. So Hansa now in 4th, PB in 5th, and TNT's made the move, making the move on Screech as they head up to Remus. Be interesting to see what tyres. So Screech, they're both on the mediums, and we have Hippie, who's now starting to get closer to these now. Wrighton in 9th, Hat already up into 10th, Timmy in 11th after his pit stop, Grizzle in 12th, M3 guy in 13th, and Foxy back in 14th. As we say, team mashing, storming away, 5 seconds clear of Gad now. Gad has 1.4.5 seconds up on Hansa in 4. He's managed to put some space between him and PB. TNT in 6th with Screech right behind him. With Hippie 1.7 seconds back. Screech having a look. It's very much like, and he's going for the inside as they head up to, oh. Just seemed that TNT was kind of slowing him up, which has allowed Hippie to get past Screech. Screech drops back down into 8th, with a storming Wrighton coming up behind him after his team lap 1 incident. Was it lap 2? Can't quite remember. Gad in 3rd, so yeah, Mash leading, with B right behind him in 2nd place. Gad in 3rd, slowly dropping back from the front too. Hansa in 4th, PB in 5th, TNT in 6th, Hippie in 7th, Screech in 8th, with a storming Wrighton coming up behind him now. But the difference is that Viper's so much better on that fuel guzzling stand that. Even if Wrighton gets past him, Screech is going to do him in the pits. Now Timmy up into 10th, Hat in 11th, M3 guy in 12th, Foxy in 13th, Grizzle in 14th. Screechy. So Gad's into the pits, so Hands are now up into 3rd. Wrighton into the pits as well. Our front two still going strong. Hands are in 3rd, PB in 4th, TNT in 5th, Screech in 6th. With Gad pitting, Timmy's now. Timmy! He's in 7th, Hat in 8th. And I think M3 guy's going to be coming out behind. And Gad's come right out behind his teammate, Timmy! So we have Screechy in 6th place at the moment, 3 seconds down on TNT. He's 2.9 back on PB. He was 1.9 back on Hansa. And Hansa is now 10 seconds back on B and Mash. And in fact, Mash has put some time into B now. So everyone's seeming to be spreading out a bit now. Timmy is starting to pull away from his teammate Gad, who's not falling back into the clutches of Hat yet. And Screechy in a very lonely 6th place, 3 seconds down on TNT and 8 seconds up on Timmy. TNT's into the pits. So Screechy's now back up into 5th place, starting lap 8 of 14. So Timmy has got our fastest lap of 1:36.727, and he's slowly starting to reel in Screechy. PB's not allowing Hansa to get away from him. Still just that 2 seconds separating them. So if we have a rundown, we have Mash in the lead, 1 second in front of his teammate B Racing in 2nd, Hansa in 3rd, 10 seconds down on them, PB in 4th, 2.2 seconds down on Hansa, Screechy in 5th, 7.6 seconds back on PB. So in fact Screechy is starting to close in slightly on PB. Timmy in 6th, now only 6 seconds behind, 6.5 seconds behind Screech. So he's on an absolute charge now. He's on these racing mediums. We have Gad in 7th, 2.4 seconds back from Timmy, who's 3.5 seconds in front of Hat, who has 3.7 seconds up on TNT in 9th, who has got Hippie, Wrighton and M3 guy not too far behind. And then in 13th we have Grizzle with Foxy right behind him. But I think we need to keep an eye on this now. In fact, let's just check. No, Screechy's still carrying on and just putting his fastest lap. Hat Maris back into the pits. Hippie and Wrighton still going along. Our front two surely have to pit this lap with 10.4 second lead over Hansa in 2nd. Probably got another fuel to say 1 or 2 laps. PB in 4th, Screechy in 5th. Is he going to try and get a 10th lap out of those mediums? Timmy, 4 seconds back on him now. So closing in all the time. Gad in 7th, TNT in 8th, Grizzle with Hippie in 9th, Wrighton in 10th, and M3 guy in 13th, in 11th, Hat Maris in 12th, Grizzle in 13th, with Foxy right behind him in 14th. So our front two him into the pits, and Hansa is as well. So is PB. Is Screechy going to follow the tryhards? He is, straight into the pits. So that allows Timmy out into the lead. Mash has managed to come back out. So Mash has held on to first. So has B managed to keep second. So Timmy, he's going to be into third place. I believe Hans has back out in fourth. PB in fifth. With Gad in sixth. TNT's coming up now. Oh, that's a bit wide. That'll be a penalty, I'd imagine. With Hippie right behind him, and Screech back on these. Apparently no, that was no penalty. He obviously lifted off and the Hippie's made the move, unless he burnt it off already before we've seen it. So Hippie now up into 7th place, with TNT right behind him in 8th, with Screech in 9th. M3 guy in 10th, Hat Maris in 11th, Wrighton in 12th, so Wrighton's having a second pit stop, Foxy now in 13th, and Grizzle in 14th. So if we watch it, we have Hippie, TNT, so our front at the moment, after our second lot of pit stop, well, our main pit stop's been done with 3 laps to go. We have Mash in the lead, 7 seconds cleared of B Racing. Timmy 4 seconds back on B Racing, with Hansa in 4th, 5 seconds back on Timmy. Gad making the move. The PB has the inside line as they come to Castrol Edge. Does he get it stopped? He does. So PB is held on to 5th, but Gad right behind him in 6th. Can we see if Gad can make a move on him as they come up to Remus? Certainly using that slipstream to get the move going. PB goes defensive on Remus, holds that line, but Gad oh, little bit of contact, nothing malicious there. PB just slots in behind Gad. Then we have TNT in 7th, Screechy in 8th, M3 guy in 10th, Hat in 10th, Hippie. So Hippie's gone in for a change of tyres again, obviously to get off those rock hards and back onto some mediums. Wrighton there in 12th, Foxy in 13th, Grizzle Native not too far behind him in 14th. So Mash looking shooing for the victory tonight. Being second, with Timmy just 3 seconds back on him now. Hansa in 4th, 6 seconds back on Timmy. Gad in 5th, it's already starting to put some time in onto PB. PB there in 6th, 3 seconds in front of TNT. Screech 2.5 seconds back on him. M3 guy 3 seconds back on Screechy. Screechy's got Hansa right behind him. And Screechy's been screwed with that last Red Bull Mobile penalty. So here we have M3 guy and Hat. And as I said earlier, Hat's full on wheel user now. With Hippie in 11th, Wrighton in 12th, Foxy in 13th, with Grizzle not allowing him to get away. Grizzle's holding on to him in 14th. So after the heading down to Schloss and Gold, M3 and Hat, our closest battle at the moment. I will just have a check, and I think it'll contact between B and Timmy. Timmy using that penalty to get past him, so Timmy now up into second with 2 laps to go. 8 seconds back on Mash. Can even Timmy pull that back? B just getting rid of his penalty. And then just go back to Hat Maris and M3 guys side by side as they head into Rind. Hat goes for the cutback as they go into the Red Bull Mobile. Does he get it? Does he hold it? He does. So Hat's up into 9th. And with no penalty. So good at the moment. He's mashing first. 7.5 seconds in front of Timmy. Was nice work by Hat. B Racing back in 3rd. Hansa in 4th, who's now closing in on B Racer. Gad in 5th. PB in 6th. TNT in 7th. Screech in 8th. Hat in 9th. With M3 guy in 10th, who now has got Hippie right behind her. He surely is. M3 guy left the door open a bit there, and I hope he's going, thank you very much, I'm going to take that. The Hippie now up into 10th. It's that tutoring you're giving him, Vit. It's obviously working. So poor Nick's dropped back down to 11th. We have Wrighton in 12th. Foxy in 13th. Still not being able to get rid of the Grizzlenator, giving him a good race the whole way along. So Mash 6.5 seconds now in the lead of Timmy on the final lap, who's driving. B Racing now 3rd, 1.6 seconds in front of Hansa, but I think Hansa's had a penalty to burn, so that's gone back up over to 2 seconds. And because Hansa's had to get rid of that penalty, will he leave him in the grass of Gad, who's in 5th place, PB in 6th, with TNT closing right in on him. So obviously PB's had some kind of incident. So TNT in 7th, Screechy in 8th, Hat in 9th, Hippie in 10th, M3 guy in 11th, Wrighton in 12th, Foxy in 13th, Grizzlenator in 14th. So Timmy, a few more laps and he might have got to Mash, but as Mash goes to the Red Bull Mobile for the final time in this Gr4 race to take the victory in round 1. Well done, Mash, nicely done. And here comes Timmy to take the line 2nd and the fastest lap. B Racing also after a brilliant race. Oh, penalty, and it's, oh, that's unfortunate. That's cost him for 3rd place. The Hansa takes 4th, Gad takes 5th. PB coming up to the line with TNT right behind him, so PB takes 6th, TNT 7th. Screechy holds on to 8th from Hat Maris in 9th. Hippie's got a penalty to serve, still managed to get across the line. M3 guy in 11th. Wrighton coming to the line in 12th. Trying for a fit. And Grizzle has managed to get past Foxy. Can we see what's happened to Foxy? No, we couldn't see. So from looking at that, we had 2 racers who didn't pick up a penalty. Timmy was one of them. So there's Mash with his victory. Just save the replay. So if we have a quick look at the result, Mash with the victory, Timmy in second, Hansa in third, B Racing in fourth, Gad in fifth. It was. Same with Tomato as well, because he was involved in that crash. That's very true to me. I did see it. We'll leave that one for later. It is reverse grid for the Marmite. Yeah, but Timmy, brilliant race. Yeah, B Racing really suffered with those penalties. I did notice, but yeah, Vic, you should have said Timmy in the multi-class on Saturday, last Saturday. Christ, he was pretty awesome. So let's see how these cars are going. Well, these two seem to be doing okay with it. So 8 laps. As is Marmite tradition, fuels times 4, times 5, tyre wears times 6. So Gad and Timmy going all out with their liveries. They look very nice indeed. Hippie with a bit of subdued pink on his car. Tyre restrictions are, there aren't any. Super softs to hards, it's entirely your choice. Yeah, and then as soon as Timmy had used his mediums and got on his softs, Timmy just flew. Oh, Nick using a Herbie line there. Tay had a very interesting... He went to the toilet mid-race, but he stuck around to the end. He was chatting to me as well. So Remus is looking like it'd be a very interesting corner. Down through Slosh and Gold. I'm getting the impression that this car has no brakes. So it is a classic Marmite car. And I wonder if Hat is going full on. Because the season I was his teammate, he used the wheel for Gr4 and went to the pad for Marmite. So we have a reverse grid, rolling start. We have everybody on the grid. Yeah. To be fair, I think there was only Fubs who didn't have an off in the GR2s. It was a shame the GR3s only ended with 2 races in the end. Mash's wheel went haywire. Wrighton had enough. Tay's rapid, well, you know it yourself. He just couldn't get the car and track combination to work properly for him. And Walter rage quitted. But it looks like Wrighton's, or Dragon Lady, has taken on the Vit and Hat team liveries from last season. Want to hurt my eyes. Eight laps. Reverse grid. Here we go. Oh, nice one, Hansa. That was a lovely bit of air. So here we go. 8 laps. And yeah. I'll ignore them and all their comments. Pain in the arses. Thought I could get away without having to set the grid. Foolish me. Right, MP guy. The question is, will Hippie retain his Marmite title? TNT, PB, GAD, B Racing. Oh, we got a McLaren show. Oh no, it's a pain in the arse. I thought I might be alright, but because 2 left, it really screwed the order. And obviously Foxy raced the Gr4 to get the pole for the Marmite, obviously. Here we go. Good luck everybody, have a good race. And we're away. So Foxy in the lead, Grizzle in second. M3 guy already making the move and righting as they come into Castrol Edge, side by side. The right to say no, it's mine. Screechy up into 7th. PB coming under pressure. PB making a push to get past TNT. Oh, bit of contact there between Screechy and Hat by the look of it. Just cost Screechy. Foxy had that much of a lead, he went off but still held on to the lead. M3 guy is now up into 2nd, Grizzle in 3rd, Wrighton in 4th, Hippie in 5th. And Wrighton making the move back on M3. So Wrighton's into 3rd place. Hippie's making the move on Wrighton as they go through Worth. And he's made it stick. So Hippie's going all out for his title. Wrighton there in 4th. PB in 5th. Screechy in 6th. Grizzle in 7th. Hat in 8th. TNT in 9th. Hansa in 10th. Gad in 11th, B Racing in 12th, Tibby in 13th, Mash in 14th. So Foxy, 3 seconds clear after 1 lap. M3 going 2nd with Hippie right behind him. Wrighton in 4th with Screechy closing in because Screechy's got past PB as we head up towards Remus. Will PB try and make the move back on him? Slam on the anchors. Screechy and Seems everyone's dropping onto the racing softs. So yeah, PB, Hansa now making his move on Hat, but Hat makes a nice cut back and holds on to 7th. Nice move by Hat there. But Hansa's just having the drive. He'll have it as they come down to the corner I can never remember. Oh, contact between Hat and TNT, I believe, which has allowed Timmy up into 9th. Foxy now 2.8 seconds in the clear. M3 guy in 2nd. Hippie in 3rd. Wrighton very wide. PB in 5th. Hansa in 6th. Hat Morris in 7th. Timmy in 8th. TNT in 9th. Grizzle in 10th. Gannon in 11th. Screech back in 12th. Must have had an absolute mare of a lap. Mash is now in 13th. B Racing in 14th. Foxy clear out in front. Hacks deployed. M3 guys going along nicely in 2nd. 1.4 seconds clear of Hippie in 3rd. PB in 4th. Wrighton in 5th. Timmy is now up into 6th place. TNT in 7th. Hansa in 8th. Gad in 9th. Hat Maris in 10th with Screechy making the move on him. Screechy going for the late braking, but Hat just went for the brake early. Get it in the corner, get back out with speed. Oh, and Hat just drove it wide slightly. So Foxy now 3 seconds in front of M3 guy. 2nd, who's 1.7 on Hippie. So Hippie's not making any moves onto. But Hat's got those super soft tyres. Nick's got those super soft tyres on, and they could affect him. PB in 4th. Timmy in 5th. Wrighton in 6th. With his old teammate TNT in 7th, but TNT's got the run on him there. So TNT's up to 6th, and Hansa now. Will he make the move on Wrighton as a head up to Remus? And Hansa does. Straight across, but Wrighton's trying for the dive. And Hansa just gets clear out of the way. Not sure what Wrighton expected to do with that. Foxy now storming away, but those super softs must be held to try and break into a corner. And Hippie's dropping back from M3 guy. PB in 4th, who now has got Timmy with a much tighter line there. Roach. So Timmy there in 5th. Hansa in 6th. Gad in 7th. TNT in 8th. Screech in 9th. Wrighton back in 10th. Mash in 11th. B Racing in 12th. Grizzle in 13th. Hat Maris in 14th. And we've had so we got Hansa, Timmy, M3 guy, TNT. So we got Foxy who stayed out. Hippie with half a tank of fuel. So obviously Hippie's looking to go for a no stopper. 8 seconds back on Foxy. PB in 3rd. Could be possibly going for the no stopper. Gad in 4th, definitely I would imagine, because he's done it before. Which now puts Mash up into 5th place. With B Racing in 6th. Timmy straight out the pits. Was expecting more from his tyres, I imagine, which has allowed M3 guy to make the move on him. TNT in 9th, Hat in 10th, Hanser in 11th, Wrighton in 12th, Screechy in 13th, Grizzle in 14th, Foxy now 8 seconds clear of Hippie in 2nd place. He's got 3 seconds over PB. He's got 7 seconds over Gad. He's got Mash behind him with B Racing, and there's Foxy into the pits. Timmy! He's made his way past Nick, and he's up into 7, picks up a penalty, so that'll allow Nick to come past him again. TNT in 9th, Hanser in 10th, with Hat right behind him. So with Foxy taking his pit stop, it's allowed Hippie to take the lead, with Gad in 2nd. Foxy's managed to come back out in 2nd place, 7 seconds down on Hippie, with just over 2 or 3 laps to go. Gad in 3rd, Mash in 4th, B Racing in 5th, M3 going 6th with Timmy. M3 guy goes defensive as they go through Remus. Timmy keeps in close behind, with PB not far behind them. Timmy looks out and makes the push on that as they go down to Schloss and Gold. Can Timmy get that car stopped? And he does, so Timmy is now up into 6th place. Nick in 7th, PB in 8th, Hanser in 9th, Hat in 10th, TNT in 11th, Screechy in 12th, Wrighton in 13th, Grizzlenator in 14th. But Hippie now 5 seconds up on Foxy now, with 2 laps to go. Got the fuel, can he nurse those tyres round? But Foxy on the fresher rubber. Can he catch up to Hippie in 2 laps? We have Gad in 3rd, who's now, we've got a whole gaggle of cars behind Gad here. B Racing looking at the inside, and Timmy's having a quick look, so B Racing's up into 3rd. And somebody went flying on straight on there. That was PB, with the sexy ladies all over his car. So Timmy is making the move on B Racing, and has done as they come up to Remus. So Timmy is up into 3rd, B Racing into 4th, Mash in 5th, Gad in 6th, and M3 guy in 7th. So M3 guy has lost that big star there, but we have Mash and Gad going side by side as they go into Schloss and Gold, with Mash on the inside. Remember, Mash and Gad both haven't pitted now. M3 guys made the move on Gad, has made it stick. Can we see? Yes, Foxy is. As they head down to Remus, Foxy 2.5 seconds down on Hippie, with 1 lap to go as they go through Red Bull Mobile for the penultimate time. 2.3 seconds. Timmy in 3rd place. Surely not even Timmy can do this in 1 lap. Then we have B Racing in 4th, Mash in 5th, M3 going 6th, who's unfortunately picked up a penalty, so had Gad. And it looked like PB did as well, so it's allowed Gad to keep his 7th place. Hands are there in 9th, Hat with a respectable 10th, TNT in 11th, Screechy in 12th, Wrighton in 13th with a penalty. Not looking to burn that penalty. I'm not going to have that. Grizzle in 14th. He has 1.3 seconds now. This could make these last couple of corners very interesting. Obviously Foxy never put any fuel in, just put 2 new tyres on. Less than half a lap to go. In fact, only 2 more corners. 0.7 of a second. Can Foxy do it as they head down to Remus? Foxy's closing in. Into Remus they go. One corner to go. Foxy right up behind him. Through Red Bull Mobile. Oh, Foxy's car squirmed underneath him, so Hippie's there with the victory. Foxy in second. Timmy in third with the fastest lap. B Racing comes over the line in fourth. M3 in fifth. Smash in sixth. PB in seventh. Ged comes up to the line with no fuel in at eighth. Hansa in ninth. Hat Maris in 10th. TNT in 11th. Screechy comes to the line in 12th. It comes over the line in reverse. Wrighton in 13th. And here comes Grizzle for the line. So we've had the GRT double tonight. Oh, that's unfortunate, but fair play to Grizzle. His first league race. Not too bad. And there we go, guys. So Hippie making sure that he starts his second season on the lead. I'll just save that replay. So a quick look at the results. Hippie with a win. Foxy in second. Timmy in third. B Racing in fourth. M3 guy in fifth. Mash in sixth. PB in seventh. Gad in eighth. Hansa in ninth. Hat in 10th. TNT in 11th. Screech in 12th. Wrighton in 13th. And Grizzle in 14th. Just check that I have saved that replay. Alright then guys, I'm going to end the stream because I'm a bit knackered. I should get interviews back up and running next week. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the racing, because I certainly did. And look after yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.